The first blow. A colony burned. The galaxy watched in silence as the Zurkai armada descended on the human frontier colony of Luthien. It was not a war. It was not even a battle. It was slaughter. The Zurkai had long whispered that humanity was dangerous, too adaptable, too unpredictable, too stubborn to be allowed to rise unchecked. In their council halls, they argued that Earth's species was a contagion of war, a civilization born of struggle. But when the moment came, they cloaked their decision in arrogance. They broadcast the extermination as spectacle. Their commanders sneered as orbital bombardments tore cities into glass. Families burned alive beneath collapsing domes. Survivors, dragged before alien cameras, were executed in deliberate cruelty. The Zurkai wanted the galaxy to see Earth humbled. They wanted to mock the upstart species. They wanted humanity to know fear, the celebration of arrogance. The Zurkai High Lord's speech echoed across every frequency. Humans are a threat to stability. Today that threat ends. Their colonies burn, their fleets scatter. They will never rise again. Let all species watch and rejoice. The danger is no more. In their great halls, Zurkai nobles toasted their victory with blood-red wines. Their fleets paraded past neutral systems, banners unfurled, mocking Earth's silence. The galaxy sighed in relief. The Zurkai did what had to be done, whispered lesser powers. Better humans die now than later. Every voice but Earth's mocked, cheered, or rationalized. And still, Earth said nothing. The stillness before the storm was the silence that frightened those who remembered history. Earth did not beg. Earth did not send envoys. Earth did not answer. Instead, Earth went still. The chatter of human diplomats vanished from galactic councils. Civilian trade convoys turned around mid-route. Fleets disappeared into dark space without explanation. The Zurkai called it cowardice. Others called it surrender. But those who studied humanity's past wars knew better. It was the silence of a blade being unsheathed. The shattering of peace. The silence broke on a single night. Across 10 sectors, Zurkai patrol fleets vanished. No distress calls, no survivors. Only debris fields drifting in frozen silence. Then came the message, broadcast in every tongue. You declared us a threat. You were right. Now you will see why. Human fleets emerged not as ragged militias, but as armadas of steel. Warships that the galaxy had dismissed as primitive now revealed their true form. Dreadnoughts the size of mountains, hulls wrapped in reactive armor, weapons that turned stars into shadows. From Earth's shipyards came vessels unknown even to the humans' closest allies. Hidden projects, decades in silence, now unleashed. The Zurkai laughed at first. More targets, they boasted. Until the first battle. The breaking of the Zurkai at Jorth Prime, the Zurkai assembled a war fleet of 2,000 ships. They expected to crush Earth's retaliation in a single decisive strike. Instead, they met the fury of 1,000 human warships, and something worse. The battle began with silence. Then human dreadnoughts fired. Entire wings of Zurkai cruisers disintegrated in a single volley. Their shields buckled against kinetic weapons they thought obsolete. Human rail cannons punched through them like paper. When Zurkai reinforcements warped in, they arrived into a minefield, not of explosives, but of automated hunter drones. The drones did not simply destroy. They tore ships apart and dragged Zurkai bodies into the void, leaving survivors to watch. Within an hour, Jorth Prime's orbit was a graveyard, and humanity was just beginning. The March of Fire, the galaxy had seen wars before, but not like this. Human fleets did not stop with defense. They advanced. Every Zurkai world that had cheered Luthien's destruction now knew terror. Cities were leveled. Military bases turned to ash. Planetary shields fell before coordinated bombardments that cracked continents. Humans did not gloat. They did not broadcast. Their fleets moved with a silence more terrifying than Zurkai boasts. On occupied worlds, survivors told of soldiers in black armor landing like storms. They moved with machine-like precision, cutting down defenders with no wasted movement. Some whispered that these were not soldiers but reapers, shadows of vengeance made flesh. Entire populations fled at the sight of a single human banner. The fall of the High Lords, the Zurkai. Council convened in panic. They who had once declared humanity weak now begged for allies, but the galaxy turned away. No one wished to share their fate. When human fleets reached the Zurkai homeworld, the High Lords demanded parley. Humanity answered with silence. The bombardment began at dawn. It ended at dusk. A world of billions turned to glass. The Zurkai Empire, once proud, arrogant, mocking, was erased in fire. The weight of vengeance. The galaxy trembled. Empires that had whispered approval of the Zurkai purge now spoke in hushed tones. Humans do not forgive. Humans do not forget. Humans wait. The silence of Earth had not been surrender. It had been judgment. When provoked, humanity did not fight wars. They ended them. The aftermath. Whispers in the dark. Survivors across the galaxy whispered in taverns, in markets, in council chambers, never provoke Earth again. Children were hushed when they joked of humanity. Diplomats trembled when speaking their name. Even ancient empires, untouched by the war, repositioned fleets quietly, as if distance itself could shield them. Because all now knew, humanity's patience is vast, but their vengeance is infinite. The Zurkai had declared humans